Friend, come here. Sit with me a moment. My knees aren't what they used to be, so if I get up and creak like an old wooden door in a haunted house, don't laugh too hard. You know, at 80 years old, I thought I had seen every type of person God could throw at me. Kind souls, stubborn souls, confused souls, and even those who think the world revolves around them like they're the sun and we're just little planets trying not to get burned. But nothing, and I mean nothing, drains a person faster than toxic people. I swear, they're like emotional mosquitoes. You don't see them coming, they land on you quietly, suck out your peace, your energy, your confidence, and before you know it, you're itching and angry and don't even know why. And I've had my fair share of them in my life. More than my fair share, actually. Enough to start a museum. I could charge an entrance fee and call it Paul Walker's Gallery of Human Nightmares. I'd put them behind glass displays, label them like exotic creatures, and warn children not to tap on the glass. But you, my friend, you're too soft-hearted. That's why we're talking today. You let people in easily. Nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful, actually. But beautiful people get bitten the easiest. Toxic people love a warm heart. They love empathy. They love someone who listens, someone who tries, someone who gives second and third and 14th chances. But don't worry, Uncle Paul, yes, I'm old enough to call myself that, is here to show you 3 of the smartest ways to deal with toxic people, learned painfully over 8 decades of existence, 3 marriages, 22 stupid mistakes, and 1 unforgettable fistfight with a man who ate my sandwich from the office fridge. You ready? Here we go. The first smart way is something I learned the hard way. And by the hard way, I mean I suffered. Oh, I suffered, like a man who ordered spicy noodles thinking he could handle it. See, most people try to fix toxic people. They explain, negotiate, justify, hope, pray, wish, manifest, chant, journal, meditate, girl, you name it. They try everything except the one thing that actually works. It took me until I was 50 to learn the truth. You don't fix toxic people, you observe them, and then you adjust yourself. I used to have this friend, let's call him Dominic because that's actually his name and I hope he's watching this. That man, drained me like a leaking battery. Every time he came over, he complained about life, his boss, his cat, the weather, the government, the neighbor's shoes, the sound of people breathing, everything. One time I told him, "Dom, you complain more than my back does when I bend over to tie my shoes." He didn't laugh. That should have been my first warning. Every minute with him felt like standing in the rain holding a faulty umbrella, useless and damp. But I kept trying to make him happy. I'd solve his problems, give him advice, lend him money, lend him more money, and then one day I realized something. I was helping him drown me. So one afternoon, I remember this clearly, I was eating fried rice and wondering if it was worth living a life where I couldn't eat fried rice in peace. I stood up and said, "Dominic, my friend, I love you, but I can't do this anymore. I cannot be your emotional trash can." And he looked shocked, offended, like I slapped him with a broom. But you know what happened afterward? He left, and my life got quieter, and my fried rice tasted better. The first smart way to deal with toxic people is simple. Observe, don't absorb. See their patterns, understand what they're doing, and then protect yourself before they drain you dry. Now, listen to me, because I'm about to tell you something important. You know how I talk a lot. Don't answer that. I already know you're laughing. But as much as I talk, I also listen, and I can already hear your thoughts. But Paul, what if they're family? What if they're friends I've known for years? Friend, toxic is toxic, even if they share your blood type. But we'll get to that. Trust me. Oh, we'll get to that.
Before we go on, let me say one thing, since you're already deep into my rambling. If you're watching this, sweetheart, do me a favor. Hit that like button before your finger gets stiff like mine. And leave a comment too. I love reading your stories. They make me feel young again. And hey, you might as well subscribe, because at my age, every video I make could be my last, or the next one might be the best thing you've ever heard. Who knows? Life is unpredictable, especially with these knees. Now, let me tell you about the second smart way. This one, oh boy, this one saved me from insanity. It's something I took years to master, mostly because I was stubborn and thought being a good person meant being a doormat. But being a good person doesn't mean being a doormat. I learned that around age 62. A little late, but hey, some of us are slow learners.
The second smart way is this: set boundaries like your life depends on it, because it does. Let me tell you a story. There was this woman named Rachel, gorgeous, intelligent, spoke 5 languages, dressed like she owned a castle and had 3 pet poodles named after Greek gods. But she was exhausted. Every conversation with her felt like walking into a courtroom where I was always guilty. Guilty of not calling enough, not showing up enough, not giving her enough attention. One afternoon, I had just returned from a medical checkup, tired and hungry and only wanting to watch reruns of my favorite old sitcoms. And then she called. "Paul, where were you? Paul, why didn't you call me back? Paul, do you even care?" Friend, I was this close to throwing my phone into the toilet. That night, I stared at the ceiling and realized something. I never told her what I needed. I never told her what I could and could not give. I let her create the rules, and I just followed until I couldn't anymore. So the next day, I met her at a quiet cafe. And you know me, when I get serious, my voice gets soft, like a grandpa trying not to wake the baby. I said, "Rachel, I care, I really do, but I need space. I need peace. I need freedom to rest and breathe. And if that's not something you can accept, then this friendship, or whatever this is, can't continue." And she did what toxic people always do. She got dramatic. Tears, guilt-tripping, emotional fireworks. You'd think the world was ending. But I stayed calm, and for the first time ever, I put myself first. Boundaries aren't walls. They're windows with locks. Open when you won't, close when you must, and only you have the key. Now hear me, friend, because this is important. People who love you will respect your boundaries. People who use you will be offended by them. And when someone gets offended by your personal limits, that tells you everything you need to know. The last smart way, well, that one is deeper and painful, and it took me nearly my whole life to understand. But I'll tell you that in a moment. Let me take a breath. These old lungs aren't what they used to be. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, these old lungs of mine. You'd think after 80 years they'd get used to all the talking I do, but no, they still protest like union workers demanding lunch breaks. But that's all right. I'll use whatever breath I have left to tell you the most important lesson of all. The third smart way to deal with toxic people is to let them go. Not drift away slowly, not keep them halfway in your life, not hold on to them because you feel bad. No, I mean let them go like a balloon you accidentally release. Whoosh, gone, floating up into the sky, hopefully far, far away from your sanity. Let me tell you about the hardest goodbye I ever had to make. Her name was Lillian. I met her when I was in my 30s. Beautiful woman, smart, sharp-witted, smiled like she knew every secret in the universe. And for a long time, I thought she was the love of my life. Maybe in another universe she would have been, but in this universe,
Oh, friend, she was a storm disguised as sunshine. She could be sweet in the morning, cold in the afternoon, and explosive at night. One minute she'd lift me up, the next she'd tear me down so fast I'd get emotional whiplash. I kept telling myself she just needs support, or she's going through something, or I can fix this. I was a fool with good intentions but terrible boundaries. The last straw came one night when I cooked dinner for her. Candlelight, jazz music, salmon slightly overcooked but still edible. I put effort into it, okay? And she took one bite, put her fork down, and said, "This tastes like regret." Friend, I stood there blinking at her, my soul leaving my body like it was clocking out of work. That night, I realized something deep. Love isn't supposed to feel like punishment. Toxic people make you doubt yourself. They make you shrink. They make you feel like you have to earn basic respect. And the longer you stay, the smaller you become. The next morning, I looked at her, really looked, and saw someone who would never change, someone who didn't want to change, someone who liked control more than connection. So I said goodbye. It wasn't poetic, it wasn't dramatic, it wasn't a movie scene with background music. I just stood there, tired and done, and told her, I can't do this anymore. I'm choosing peace, and if you ever loved me, even a little, you'll let me walk away. She didn't scream, she didn't beg, she just stared at me like she was seeing a stranger. Maybe she was, because for the first time, I wasn't bending for her. I wasn't shrinking. I walked out of that door and the world felt lighter. Friend, letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's understanding that your future deserves better than your past. It's choosing yourself, not selfishly, but necessarily. Now listen to me, because I want you to hear this, not with your ears, but with your heart. You are not obligated to carry people who break you. You are not required to tolerate disrespect. You are not responsible for fixing anyone who refuses to heal. Your peace is sacred. Protect it like a treasure. And let me tell you this, when I let Lillian go, you know what happened? I found myself again. I found laughter again. I found joy again. I found my appetite again, especially for fried rice, but that's another story. I also found out that when you clear toxic people out of your life, you create space for better ones to walk in. Kind souls, gentle souls, people who lift you up instead of weigh you down. People like you, friend. You're one of the good ones. That's why I worry for you. That's why I talk to you like this, because I don't want anyone, not one person, to drain the beautiful energy you carry. And if anyone tries, observe them. Set boundaries, and if needed, let them go. Life is too short for emotional parasites, especially at my age. I don't even buy unripe bananas anymore. I can't take the risk. Now, as we come close to the end of our little fireside talk, yes, I'm imagining we're sitting next to a fireplace, even though I'm sweating just thinking about it, let me say something important, but gently. If you're still here with me, still listening to this old man ramble, then, sweetheart, you're my kind of person. And you know, since we're sharing moments together, you might enjoy the other stories I've told on this channel. Not saying you have to, not twisting your arm. These old hands don't have the strength to twist anything anyway. But if you look on your screen, you'll see 2 videos we picked out just for you. The best ones, the ones I poured my heart and maybe a few brain cells into. Go ahead and tap one when you're ready. Not for me, but for yourself. Because each one has something in it that might just make your day a little lighter, your heart a little steadier, and your life a little brighter. And between you and me, I'd love for you to stay with me just a little longer. You're good company, better than most people I've dealt with in 80 years. So go on, choose whichever video pulls your curiosity. I'll meet you there, friend. Now go, before I get sentimental and start crying. And trust me, No one wants to see an 80-year-old man cry on camera. I look like a retired walrus when I do.